Hello everyone, welcome back. So far we studied about the various concepts that we have in a Java 8 and its features along with the examples. And the next concept that we are going to cover out over here is a datetime API. We can also call it as an advanced datetime API in Java basically. Okay, in Java 8. It has a various methods for us, which will simplify the usage of a datetime functionality in our day-to-day lives. So the most frequently used classes inside this one are local date, local time, local date and time, period, year, zone ID, and zone date and time. So let us see each and everything with an examples now. So my requirement is to get a date, to get a current date. Local date D is equal to local date of now is a method which will be getting now the current date. If my requirement is to get the current date, we can use a now method. So when I run my program local date.now, it's going to get my current date and it's going to print that particular date. Okay, so this is what my current date is. And if at all your requirement is to get a time basically, so local time space t is equal to local time dot now is a method which will be getting down the current time. So here when I run my script, the both the date and time will be printed down to the console. Okay, see both the date and time will be printed down to the console. Perfect. Now let me comment this print statement so that it won't create any confusing. See, my requirement is I just want to get a current month. Okay, so whatever the date we are capturing from that particular date, I want to get the month. D dot get a month is the one which is going to get the current month. The similar way from the date, I just want to get the year. Okay, let me print that particular year too. The same way, system dot out dot println date dot. Okay, sorry, d dot. So we are storing the whole information in a d, right? So date of the month. What exactly the date of this particular month is? So we do have another method which is date of the year too. And even the next method that I want have on this day is day of a week. So basically, I can get the day for a month, I can get a day for a year, and I can get a day of a week too. So when I run my program now, all the three dates will be retrieved and now it got a printed down to the console. So this is the way how exactly we can get the dates basically. Okay, I can get my month, year, and as well as a day as well. Okay, perfect. Let me comment these lines now. So let me comment it out. And if I want to get the time basically, so system dot t dot. So here I have a get hours, which will be getting down the hours basically. Okay, t dot a get hours. The same way t dot hours minutes and then t dot get seconds, and even we are going to get the nanoseconds too. So up to your wish, whatever the time you want, you can get that complete information. Earlier we captured all the information on a date, and now we are capturing the information on a particular time. Okay, so if my requirement is both the date and time, so my requirement is I just need to get both the date and time. We have local date time basically. Okay, local date time using which I can get at both the date and the time. And I'm naming it instance as a DT, local date time. Again, I'm using a now method which will be getting the current date and time. And now we can use the same methods. dt dot get. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry for this disconnects here. I'm extremely sorry for that. So dt dot get year. So this year it's going to get the current year. So there is no much difference between these things. We have a separate local date and local time, and we have this one is a combine of both the things. That's it. dt of a get. Okay, day of the month. And anyways, just print down that information and dt dot get month. And even the similar way, I can get the time information also. dt dot get hours. Okay, system dot out dot println and get hours, minutes, nanoseconds, and seconds also. We can get this information. When I run my script, the information is getting printed down to the console. That's it. So this is all about this local date and time. So the another thing is, so guys, if you observe when compared with an another scenarios, they need a lot of explanation and a bunch of methods in detailed explanation and all those things. But here the date time is a straightforward logic. That's the reason directly I'm showing with an examples now. Okay. And moreover, using this particular date time, you do have an option to set this date not only to the current year using a now, using an off, you can set it to any one of the previous years also. See here, local date, okay, time dt1 is equal to local date time off. And here, I just want to go with, maybe I can say 2010, okay, 2010, and I can go with the 12th month, and maybe the day is going to be the 10th. Okay, that's it. I have just specified this local date time of 2010, 12, and 10. Okay, add an argument to match this one. Okay, we have already all the arguments. So it's expecting a one more argument, year, day, month, and assume that I have a passed this argument to. Okay, and 10 seconds. Okay, I have a passed this much of time. And now what I need to do is you can perform any kind of an operation on this one. Maybe I can use dt dot plus, and I just want to plus my days, hours, minutes, months, years, all those things. Maybe I just gonna go with a plus years of 5. Okay, I just want to go with a plus years of a 5. System not out dot a println plus years of 5. So I took a 2010 and I'm giving it as a plus years of 5. And not only this plus years of 5, we can use it on a off, you can use it on anything else basically. Okay, wherever you want, you can increment it or you can decrement it. If you want to go back, you can go with the minus. If you want to go back, move further, you can go with the plus operations. All these things we can perform these kind of an operations on this particular one. Okay, perfect. And the next one here is we already have a local date here, right? So on this particular local date, we can use particular period class. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is local date of now, and I'm storing it in a D1, and the same instance, the local date of, okay, I just want to go for 2010 again, and this time I want to go with a December month, month dot December, and I can pass the, okay, day of a month. Maybe I can pass 1. See here, basically my d1 is pointing to the current date, and my day 2 is pointing to that particular 10 years ago, previous years basically. Now I'm creating an object to a period p is equal to period dot between. So what is the time gap between this date 1 and as well as a date 2? So what is the time gap between this date 1 and as well as a date 2? System not out dot println in terms of years. How many in terms basically you want to get it in a days, minutes, years. I would just want to get it in terms of an years itself. And now when I run my test script, the time gap between the current date and as well as that particular date got a retrieved done. Okay, perfect, done the deal. So the 10 years, okay, that's fine. So this is all about the this method, which is, okay, this is all about this is a period method, peer method. And then the next method on top of this one is basically we have an year also. Year space of y is equal to year of, basically I'm passing 2012 again, this is my year basically. And for this system dot out dot println y dot plus years of a 3 or a 2. And now I'm passing 2012 and I'm incrementing that years by 2. The ultimate outcome, it's going to be 2014 as an year. That's it. And basically if your requirement is to specifically deal with a zone based timings, you do have an option in this particular one. Zone id z is equal to zone id dot system default. What exactly the system default id is there, it's going to get that particular id. So when I run my program, my current zone id it's going to get, and it's going to print that particular information. Okay, and moreover, using this zone, if you want to get a specific time zone for that particular zone, so zone ID date time Z1 is equal to zone ID date time dot now, and whatever the specific time zone you want, just specify that particular time zone. Okay, so I just want to get this information for this particular ID. Okay, so zone ID date time, I'm just changing it to zone ID date and time. I just changed this one. And now system.out.println z1. So whatever that particular zone is there, that zone information will be printed down to the console. Okay, so of course we do have a hell lot of methods available in this particular one, but these are the most frequently used methods with respect to the date time APIs. Okay, cool, done the deal.